All right back here at the Mullet for semifinal number 2 of the day. Notre Dame has already punched their ticket, a 7-1 win over Mountain Ridge. And now it's a date to see who's going to meet them there on Sunday at 5 p.m. Number 1 seed, the favorite Centennial Coyotes come to town, 16-4 in the regular season. Gaudy numbers for them. They're led by Cade Pareja, Ryan McCaughey, and Andrew Switchenberg. On the other side for Pinnacle, a good win last night, a very defensive win last night, 3-0 over Desert Vista to move into the semifinals. They are the 5 seed and looking to meet Notre Dame in the championship. Got to look out for Minthorn, Butler, and Illing for Pinnacle. They'll be starting Austin Shardle tonight. He played very well last night against DV, 16 saves on 17 shots. A Pinnacle team that only took 1 penalty last night, and they doubled up DV in shots, 34-17. Centennial in the quarters 2 days ago, they won against Flagstaff in a big win. Goals by Chase Kane, Mark Melissa, Colin Farr, Pareja, everyone it seemed to score. Switchenberg had 2 in that game. Chance Taylor had the net, 7-1 win for Centennial in that one. They are moving and looking to move on to the championship. They played well all year. They played Pinnacle twice. They've won both times, 7-2 on October 28th, 5-3 on December 10th. The Coyotes only have lost 4 times this year. They took care of Flagstaff in the quarters, and now Pinnacle, history, tradition, everything that comes along with the program, are looking for an upset, which would be one for the ages. A Pinnacle team that's very good, has a lot of scoring. They play very defensive. Stay out of the penalty box is another key for them. Centennial's power play the best in the league with 19 power play goals in 20 games. Centennial in white, Pinnacle in blue. We'll see you after the anthem.
Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and please remove your hats for the play of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right back here at the Mullet. Anthem is done. Pinnacle in the blues with the red pants. Centennial in the whites with the blue pants. Centennial 16-4 in the regular season, number 1 seed. 5 seed Pinnacle 11-7-2. Pinnacle took care of DB last night. Centennial took care of Flagstaff 2 nights ago, and now they meet up in the semifinals. The winner will face Notre Dame Prep 5 p.m. right back here at Mullet Arena on Sunday afternoon. First-year head coach Caleb Drinkhouse for Centennial. He spent time as a player for Centennial, spent time as an assistant coach as well, and now his first year, he's had a pretty good start, I'd say. Pinnacle, second-year head coach Chris Illing, program manager Gary Illing. His team is as together as it gets, and a very sneaky, it's not usually you get called Pinnacle sneaky. This year, not your number 1 seed, not your 19-1-0 team. This team can take care of business as they always have, and they can tonight. It'll be a great matchup. Chartle in net for Pinnacle. Logan Gibbs in net for Centennial. Gibbs undefeated on the year in 8 starts, 8-0 with a 2.76 goals against and an 8.99 save percentage. For Chartle, 6-2-2, 1.90 save and a 9.18 save and a 1.90 goals against. Game 2 of the semifinals is off and running. Centennial and Pinnacle for a chance to go to the championship on Sunday night. It pops up Cade Pareja, who led the league in goals, led the league in points, playing with Gabuya and McCaughey. Here comes Chatsworth the other way for Pinnacle. Trying to feed it in front. Had Fox there. Centennial the other way. Pareja over the red line, looking to cut in. Still with it. Now goes behind the net. The junior forward takes it back to Switchenberg. The captain shoots. It goes wide. Off the boards. It's McCaughey behind the net. A tall, physical player in Ryan McCaughey at the side of the net. Will go down to Gabuya. Watched by Williams. Fox comes down low. Back in front for Pareja. Blocker save from Chartle. Gabuya will backhand it down. This is the top line. The big dogs for Centennial. And a good offensive zone shift for them. Parker clears it out. Right back in comes Centennial. Kane shoots, glove save by Chartle. Alex Illing comes off the bench for his first shift. The star of this Pinnacle squad offensively. Illing gets it ahead, gets the tip in from Minthorn. Butler will come off the bench. Illing looking for Butler. Good defensive play by Centennial by Steele. First 90 seconds gone. Only one shot on net. Went in the way of the Coyotes. Illing lays out his man in the corner. Gets it right back. Illing shoots. Blocker saved by Gibbs.
That's one of the things you're going to see from this Pinnacle team is that physicality. You saw in Illing there. You saw in Derryberry last night's game. So look for Pinnacle to be a little more physical tonight.
O'Mahony's shot. Another save by Gibbs. A 3-0 defensive showcase by Pinnacle last night against Desert Vista. They're going to have to do somewhat similar, if they can, against this Centennial team.
Yeah, the big thing here is try to keep these Centennial players. I mean, this is a high-skilled team in Centennial. They're deep. And so Pinnacle, they've got to try to stay even in this first period. They got to defend well. You've already seen a couple of nice saves from Chartle, and I think that's going to be very important for Pinnacle. They're going to have to defend well, and they can't turn over pucks in their own end.
Butler looking for Hammond. George Hammond, he knows Logan Gibbs very well. They played together on travel on those Sun Devils. Add in Butler, add in Switchenberg, Costadina, Niles, Switchenberg, and all of them. They play on that Sun Devils team. They know each other very well as teammates and now as opponents. Hammond knocks it forward. Didn't get a good bounce as it hit the official in the process.
It's kind of what I said in the first game with Mountain Ridge. It's the longer Pinnacle can keep this game even, the better it plays into their favor. I think they have to avoid trying to play from behind against the Centennial team.
Switchenberg takes the cross-ice pass, looking to cut in, still with it. Switchenberg shot saved by Chartle. Couldn't hold on to it, and Costadina couldn't clear it out. Melissa kicks it forward. Centennial gets it down deep. Ian Schmall pins Jack Brown to the boards. Iacono, who had a goal last night. He had the second goal for Pinnacle.
Yeah, that's one of the things Pinnacle had. They had some depth scoring. They had secondary scoring from players like Iacono last night. That was a big goal for them. And here we go, Chartle with another save early in this contest. Sorry I missed the open there, Dylan. Buddy, I got to work.
Stevie, Petey, you were doing great work down there. You had interviews with Missio, and you were talking with Notre Dame. And Reed Gramlich. What a great game by Notre Dame to start.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Reed was taking too long to get out of the locker room. So it took me a while. I'm sorry I missed the open of this Pinnacle Centennial game. It's going to be a heck of a hockey game.
The number 1 seed Centennial, the number 5 seed Pinnacle. Switchenberg looking back door for Pareja. McCaughey Laid out by Parker. Here's Derryberry getting on the ice for Pinnacle. Had the third goal for the Pioneers last night. Gets past everybody. Icing's going to be the call as Niles got back for Centennial. Like you said, Pinnacle, they're going to win this game, and how they're built this year, defensive, low scoring.
Yeah, and it's one of the things they have to be careful of. This Centennial team is so deep, you can't take chances and let Centennial come back at you on these odd man rushes. They're going to have to defend well. They got to be great in their own end. Simple hockey, off the glass and out if you have to. Just live another day if you need to, and then they've got enough offense that can take over. Like we've seen what Illing can do in these games.
Illing with a lot of speed. He didn't play high school last year. They got him, and he's been very good. Led his team in goals this year with 10. Cal Butler led the league in assists with 16. Vegas keeps the puck in along the wall and forced out. Here comes Pareja with Gabuya with him. Gabuya takes the puck, caught up in his skates. Ryan Gabuya taken off the puck by Parker. Derryberry high flips it out. Casillas is back for Centennial. Over to the captain, Switchenberg. Pareja puts one wide. Right off the bench is Steele to keep it in. Kahn fighting for it. Weissman as well. Centennial keeps possession and forced out to neutral. Vegas applies the pressure for Pinnacle. Vegas in front looking for Kahn. Couldn't put it home. O'Mahony, his stick failed him. A clear all the way down and another icing. These two teams, they saw the first semifinal. Now they're trying to almost feel each other out.
Yeah, I think the same thing we saw in the first period with Notre Dame and Mountain Ridge. That first period, everybody got a little cautious. You don't want to be that one to make that first mistake that leads to a goal. So I think everybody's just kind of feeling the game out, checking out the speed. And you know what, for Pinnacle right now, they're 5 minutes in and it's 0-0. I like their game so far.
Pinnacle puts it forward, looking for Kane. And another whistle for an icing.
You know, I think for Pinnacle, this choppy start, I think that's okay. You don't want Centennial to get into their groove. You don't want a player like Pareja to get his stride going, to get his speed going. So it's okay if I'm Pinnacle, I'm okay with this game slowing down a little bit, taking a few whistles. It's fine.
Centennial scored early and often against Flagstaff. That's what they've done really against everybody this year. 16 wins, 114 goals in 20 games. Offensive numbers you haven't seen in years from a Division I team.
Yeah, this team is incredibly dangerous. And like you said, they spread out that offense. And it's not just one guy that drives the bus. It's several players. The Centennial team is incredibly dangerous.
Players on the second, third line that can play D1 minutes. Casillas trying to cut toward the net, taken away by Illing.
But again, there's Pinnacle doing what they do. They're closing off the middle of the ice and not allowing Centennial to get to the inside.
Christian Smith gets it in deep. Chartle will play it. Austin Chartle with some playoff experience, just like last year. He played in the playoffs for Pinnacle in that semifinal game against Desert Vista. In the game against Horizon, he actually played now the backup goalie for Pinnacle and Ben Thomas in that game. 4-4 game that went to a shootout. Pinnacle won. Good block by Pareja. He's going to come back the other way. Took it away from Illing. Pareja cuts to the center. Watched closely by Stockford. Hounded by the defender.
It's a great job by Stockford there. That's great defending by the Pinnacle defenseman.
And now he tries to get something going on offense. Easton Stockford's shot was blocked down. Iacono in the circle. Backhand try goes through the crease. Schmall will come down. His slap shot went high. Ian Schmall was called up from D2. He's been really good for Pinnacle. Had a key play in the final moments of last night's 3-1 win against Desert Vista. Cutting in front, Iacono couldn't get the shot away. Niles with good defense. Iacono for Schmall. Puts one toward the net. Rebound try. Fanning on it. Costadina. Another try for him. And one more try. Put it wide. A-plus chances for Pinnacle. Iacono fanned on the bouncing puck. Costadina backhanded it from a knee. Right in the crease.
I tell you what, Iacono and Costadina with great looks in front of the net. Bouncing puck. Unable to get a clean shot off on Gibbs. But Pinnacle again, they're around it right now. Just a puck bounce the other way. But again, Perea's on the ice. Anything can happen when he's out there.
Chatsworth will take over for Pinnacle. They get a change. After a long offensive zone shift, Derryberry will come back for the Pioneers. Switchenberg, Parker cutting toward the net, backdoor pass, and what a play by the defensive Centennial to take it out of harm's way. Stealing a goal was Fusco. Chatsworth down low, looking for a chance, backdoor try, and getting there first was Steele. And Gabrick, here comes Gabrick for Centennial. First steal on the back end. A 1 to 2 minute real stretch for Pinnacle had chance after chance. Centennial survives it. Parker cutting toward. His shot goes wide. O'Mahony can't exit. PD Pinnacle with a really good start, and you have the goalie Logan Gibbs, who didn't play last night. He's been standing on his head.
You know what's funny?
Here's O'Mahony, 2-on-1. His shot, he scores! Cooper O'Mahony gets the scoring started in game 2.
Pinnacle's had a lot of chances over this last 4 minutes. Look at O'Mahony. It's a great shot. He's getting a good look, and he beats Gibbs clean on the glove side. And I tell you what, Pinnacle over the last 4 minutes has opportunity after opportunity, just bounced over the stick, missed the open net, and didn't really get any good looks at the goaltender. They finally get a clean look, a clean shot, and O'Mahony's able to beat Gibbs clean over the glove.
Glantz and Kahn on the assists on the goal by Cooper O'Mahony. Pinnacle up 1 on Centennial. Just about 6 minutes to go in period number 1.
Yeah, it's an unfamiliar spot for Centennial to be in, playing from behind and trying to chase the lead. Interesting to see how they respond, but they've got the skill and the talent to do that. And any time Pareja jumps over the boards and McGahee, they can take over a game. So
here they come, Gabuya and Pareja. Gabuya in the circle, his shot blocker saved by Shartle. It pops out to Casillas, who puts one toward the net. Another save by Shartle. Miscommunication with Glantz, who took his man to the boards. It was just like Notre Dame. They got scored on first, right? They didn't panic.
Yep.
That's exactly what Centennial has to do,
just
right?
Just play your game. Centennial knows what kind of team they have. They're deep, they can defend, and they have an offensive powerhouse in this team. You talked about all the goals they've scored this season. Just stick with your game plan. Everything's fine. It's one goal.
Illing picks it up for Pinnacle. With speed, it's Alex Illing looking to cut in. Taken away by Casillas, centering pass. Costadino off the bench. Takes it on the backhand. Blocked by Pareja's shin pad. He's already got 2 blocks so far tonight. McCaw, steps up to take it away. And he does it, and he does it well. Schmall right back on it and clears it down. Centennial the other way. 4:50 to go in period number 1. Pinnacle struck first. Cooper O'Mahony with the goal. Right back in front, Iacono stopped the chance for Centennial after a turnover. Stockford turns it back over to Kane. Kane down low for Gabrick. It's caught up in that corner. Gabrick comes out with it looking for Kane. His stick was tied up. Costadina back the other way for the Pioneers, and he'll flip it in. Hammond applying the pressure on Niles, who exits with the help of Gabrick. Here's Derryberry. You talk about families. The Derryberry family has been with Pinnacle for how long?
Yeah, I couldn't believe there was another one. When I looked at the roster, another Derryberry out there.
Of course, Mason was there a few years ago, and now Tyson, as Gibbs covered this one up. 4:03 to go.
There's always an Illing or a Derryberry out there.
Feels like it.
The other thing, we talked about Pareja. He's got 2 block shots already. So not only is he the offensive leader in the state of Arizona, the kid's getting in shooting lanes and sacrificing his body on the defensive side.
2 big blocks. Glantz looking to keep it in. Gabuya gets it out, looking for Pareja. O'Mahony down. Switchenberg for Gabuya. Couldn't control. Down for Glantz. Talk about what a great first year for head coach Caleb Drinkhouse, right? First year, 16 wins in 20 games.
Yeah, this is an impressive team he's coaching too. They play the right way, and we talk about their offense, but I tell you what, they do defend well too, and they've had good goaltending. They're dangerous in all three zones of the ice.
They come right back in front, looking to kick it to his stick. It was Niles. Switchingberg down low for Pareja, who walks in. Backdoor try for McCaughey, fanned on it. The puck was there just before he got there. Fox takes it away. Pinnacle gets it deep. The arm's going to come up from the official for icing.
You know, you look at that last play, and McCaughey, that's a tap in if it gets on the ice. It's a heck of a pass, trying to go through 2 sticks like that, trying to sauce it over those sticks. But look at how Pinnacle's defending. They're defending extremely well from the inside the dots. They're not chasing pucks to the wall. They're going, hey, if you want to keep the puck on the wall, you can stay there, but we're going to defend from the dots in, and so far it's been successful for them. I've been impressed how they've been in their defensive zone.
Colin Farrer, he had goal number 3 for Centennial in their win over Flagstaff in the quarters. Comes out to Melissa, and Chartle will just hold on with the glove as he reached up.
You know, Chartle was a big piece of the win the other night. Well, it was last night. Gosh, these days just keep flowing together. Can't imagine, you must sleep here. Charlotte was good last night. He started off with another good performance tonight. He is going to have to be good. I think he's going to have to be the best player on Pinnacle's roster if they're going to try to get a win against Centennial tonight.
Well, he's got that playoff experience from last year. He knows how to play in big games. And he's done just that for Pinnacle. Last year, he was really the second goalie for Pinnacle. They had Anion Bennett, and he was a star. He was very good for Pinnacle. He wasn't there at the semifinal game against DV. Charlotte had to step up and play. He got some great experience playing in the playoffs against a very good a championship Desert Vista team.
Yeah, and I think it's important. I think experience and playoff experience and getting opportunities to play these important games late in the year is really important for a player in his development. And we talked about that with Notre Dame last night. And both of these teams, I mean, Pinnacle's the more playoff tested over the years when you look at who's been there the most. But of these two teams, no one's had the opportunity to play here in the Malt until this season.
Exactly right. It jumps off the board. Switchenberg waits, shoots, save by Chartle with the pad. Switchenberg gets it back, and another pad save by Chartle. Back-to-back pad knocks for Austin Chartle. Kabuya's pass was stopped and cleared all the way down for an icing.
And Andrew Switchenberg is another one of those players you got to keep your eye out for Centennial. He's another guy that can generate offense. He's especially dangerous on the power play. And that's one of the other keys to this game. We haven't seen the Centennial power play tonight, and Pinnacle has to stay out of the box because that power play is dangerous.
19 power play goals in 20 games for Centennial.
Incredible.
And I'll tell you this, not only, and that was in the regular season, in the last 2 games they've had 8 power play goals. 7 goals against Flagstaff, you add on 8 more against Brophy, and 8 of them have been on the power play. Switchenberg will take it in the corner. Derryberry goes off the wall, turned it over. Looking for Kabuya in front. Hammond takes it away and clears it out. Under 2 minutes to go in period number 1, just like game number 1. A quick 1-minute intermission between first and second. Full ice cut between the second and the third. Switchenberg is the trailer. He picks it up. Still on the backhand. Still has the puck, and he put it wide on the backhand. Still loose in the blue crease. Iacono calmly takes it away and skates behind his net.
That's a heck of a play by Switchenberg in front of the net.
Iacono the other way, starting from behind his own cage, and now behind Centennial's cage, going the whole way. Vegas can't control. Here's Pareja with speed for Centennial, looking to cut in front. Williams, along with the help that looked like Derryberry, yes it was, that stopped him.
I tell you, when Pareja gets going, he's a freight train. That's a big body coming down the ice, and he generates a lot of speed with those legs. But again, another great defending play by Derryberry, and there he is again.
Pareja kept in the zone. Williams back behind his own net. Clearing attempt kept in by Christian Smith. Under a minute to go in period number 1. Smith will walk in. His shot got blocked in front off a leg. Kane takes his man to the boards. Derryberry will go all the way around. Vegas picks it up for Pinnacle. 10 shots for Centennial, 7 shots for the Pioneers. Steele knocks it ahead. Gets it right back after Glantz gave it to him. For Gabrick across the line. Tried the centering pass. O'Mahony in the right spot to take it away. Long pass. Here comes Butler. Casillas back for Centennial. Butler waits his shot. What a block. Casillas went down to a knee to block the shot from Butler. Only 5 ticks to go on the clock. And Jonathan Casillas with a very good defensive play at the end of the period.
That's a big play. It's an important play. And other than that 4 minutes where Pinnacle really had the opportunities, they were around the blue paint with the bouncing pucks and ultimately getting the goal, Centennial was good that period. And they were really strong to finish out the period those last 3 minutes. I honestly thought we were going to get a repeat of the first game where you saw, Mountain Ridge gets an early goal and then Notre Dame comes back. I thought that we were seeing the same thing here, and Centennial really had a good push at the end of that period.
Good push at the end. 1-0 Pinnacle in front. Cooper O'Mahony with the only goal so far. Assists go to Ethan Glantz and Alex Kahn. Those two get the assists.
Yeah, if I'm Pinnacle right now, that's a perfect period. You got through it. Chartle was good, so he's seen the puck and he's ready to play. And you know what? Derry Berry's impressed me. Like, you see Pareja, the leading goal scorer in the state of Arizona, coming down at you on full speed. That can be intimidating. And Derry Berry's been up to the test so far. Pinnacle has to defend well. We've said it from the beginning. They have to defend well, but the one thing that hasn't happened yet is they haven't sat in the penalty box. And Centennial can turn this game on a dime if they get an opportunity in the power play.
Not only the power play, Pete, they haven't had really either team on the rush. Remember, Notre Dame had everything going on the rush. Centennial, they haven't had anything going yet on the rush, but they're dangerous once they get there.
Yeah, same thing we said in Notre Dame in the last game. You got Kabuya, you got Pareja. This team can play with speed. And if I'm Centennial right now, it's just, hey, just keep playing our game. We're fine. Like, we're deep enough, we're fast enough, we're strong enough, we're skilled enough. Just keep playing your game. Don't take chances. Just keep playing, and we're going to be fine. But you're right. That was the switch in the Notre Dame game. Once they got their speed going, Centennial has to be thinking the same thing.
Off the draw, Pinnacle will hold. Loose puck, Gabrick. His shot, shoulder save. Shortle goes behind them. They score! Oh, a mistake by Shortle, and Steele ties us up at 1.
And momentum changes that quick. It's an easy save by Shortle off the wall. It's a puck he's got to be able to handle from that location, and he just couldn't ring it in. He couldn't track it. Lost sight of it. Flips over him. Sits in the crease. Unfortunately, Pinnacle couldn't clear it. Illing couldn't get a stick on it and get it out of the way. And now it's 1-1.
Jackson Steele, the sophomore, gets going. He ties the game up at 1, just 12 seconds into the second period. We are tied. Assist on that goal go to Andrew Switchenberg. On the goal by Centennial. Pinnacle looking to respond.
Yeah, and that's what they have to do. You can't sit and cry about it because it's past. You got to look past it now. You got to keep playing. And I know Charlotte wants that one back. I mean, that's one he wants to get back. And Pinnacle just unable to clear it out of the blue paint. And now we got a different game. And that's what I mean about Centennial. Just sticking with your game and you're going to be fine. I think this is going to be back and forth for a little while today because I think Pinnacle, as long as they don't dwell on this, look for them to come back offensively.
O'Mahony gets it deep for Hammond. That's Butler looking for Illing, who is cutting back door. Gabuya for Centennial. And how nice is it? I know you get a little bit of that pressure after the first. We didn't score, we're losing. How nice is it to get one in the back of the net?
Totally, the momentum's totally changed. I mean, right now Centennial's feeling good on the bench. Their mood in 12 seconds has completely changed right now, and the momentum swung in their favor. Now it's really important for Pinnacle, and it's not that they have to go score. They just have to keep Centennial off the scoreboard. And they need to ride out the next 4 or 5 minutes, get back in their groove without giving something back on the other end.
They switched the assist from Switchenberg, funny enough, to Gabrick. So Gabrick gets the assist on the goal by Steele. 1-1 the score. Pinnacle scored first in that first period. Centennial just 12 seconds into the second.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Pinnacle, though. I think this is a team that's got more offensive weapons than just that top line, and they've been impressive so far. But I do say it again, Short will have to save off the faceoff. He is going to have to be outstanding down the stretch here because you saw the momentum change, and Centennial can score at will at times.
We've said it, more than 5 goals per game, almost 6 goals per game for Centennial this year in the regular season, and 7 in the quarterfinals against Flagstaff. Pareja takes it away. McCaughey all the way across. Switchenberg for McCaughey. Still loose, bouncing puck, feeds it in front. Kabuya shoots, save, rebound try, still loose. At the side of the net, is it in? No! Oh, how many saves by Shortle. McCarty was on the back door and he couldn't poke it in. All the way across for Schwitzenberg. He pokes it in front. Still hasn't. Shortle with the poke check. Fox is taken down by McCarty. He takes it away. McCarty, Kabuya save by Shortle. Oh, we got to see a replay of that sequence. Somehow that stayed out.
That's unbelievable. It's kind of the same thing you saw before. Shardle mishandles the rebound and the puck's laying in the blue paint and nobody can get in. Stick. Oh, it goes off the skate of Williams. Saves a goal off of his right skate. But again, that's another one. Shardle controls that rebound and everything's fine. So he's got to start being able to hold on to that puck, not allow plays like that to happen. And that's Centennial. That's what Centennial can use. The other thing I want to see Pinnacle do when they have a flurry like that and they get possession of the puck, take the whistle. Fox has to take the whistle. Everybody needs a break, take the whistle. And I think Pinnacle had this puck on their stick twice that they had an opportunity to ice the puck and get out of that one.
Iacono puts it wide. Hammond right back on it. Hammond cutting toward the center. Centennial can't get it away. Costadina from point blank and Gibbs with the save. Penalty upcoming against Centennial. And there's the whistle.
That's the second look Costadina's had tonight. Like he's been impressive around the blue paint, but a really good save by Gibbs. He looks calm, he looks steady, he looks under control. Let's see what this Pinnacle power play can do.
First penalty of the day, or at least of this game, we should say. And it's going against Centennial. To the box for hooking is Hoover. He took a penalty against Flagstaff as well. So Pinnacle to the power play for the first time tonight. They went 0 for 2 against Desert Vista in the quarters. This is a team in Pinnacle with 16 power play goals, tied for second in Division I with Notre Dame. Centennial first. O'Mahony down to Minthorn. Looking for Illing on the other side. Butler stands in front. Hammond is at the goal line. It went past him. Hoover for hooking. Minthorn, Hammond. O'Mahony's already got one. Minthorn puts it on net and a save by Gibbs.
Nice save by Gibbs again. He just looks calm and steady right now. He's giving his team a little bit of confidence. That's a nice save. Pinnacle, they've got to move the puck quicker here. And you see how Centennial's penalty kill? They're not giving them much time. Illing gets the puck on the half wall. He's got to move the puck. Centennial's pushing him, stick in lanes. They got to move the puck, try to create some more space for the power play.
Costadina will keep it in at the blue. All the way across. Illing shoots, save by Gibbs again.
It's a nice look. It's a nice look by Illing through traffic, through bodies. But again, Gibbs looks just calm. He's got that calming sense. Here it is again. Get a look through it, through bodies, through traffic. No rebounds, nothing there on a second opportunity. Gibbs looks sharp.
They'll keep that top line out there on the power play along with Hammond and O'Mahony. Pareja also plays shorthanded just like Gramlich does. Here comes Pareja. Through one, couldn't catch up to it. Good back check by Butler. Shorthanded was Pareja. Niles was looking to tap in. He takes a hit and throws Butler's stick with it. Here comes Illing.
That's going to be another penalty coming up on Centennial for shooting the stick away.
Shardle to the bench. Pinnacle, 5-on-3 opportunity for 48 seconds. What'd you see on that call, Pete?
Yeah, this is the momentum changer. I mean, these are those little mistakes, and I know you get frustrated, and it's a big game, but you make a little mistake like that, that's an unnecessary penalty. Shooting the players, shoots Butler's stick away from him, unnecessary penalty, puts your team down 5-on-3 in a semifinal championship game. You can't do things like that. The other thing, Pareja, shorthanded is dangerous. You can see it. He gets another step on that one. Bye-bye.
He'll head to the bench. Centennial down 5-on-3. Pinnacle, two-man advantage. Right off the draw. Centennial gets a much-needed clear. Williams took down Casillas after the puck was exited.
This is the turning point of the game for me. If Centennial can get out of this even and not give up a goal after killing off a 5-on-3 for this long, that's a big
Look
momentum.
at Derryberry cutting toward the net, and the puck stays out.
Wow. Gibbs has looked great. It's funny. I talked about Shardle being the best player on the ice for his team. Gibbs has been the best player for Centennial so far.
That was a defenseman in Derryberry coming down, cutting toward the net, and creating offense.
He's a guy we didn't talk about much coming into this game, and he's impressed me at Derryberry. He definitely stands out. I know he had a big hit in the quarterfinal games, and he defends really well, but seeing that rush on that power play, it's impressive.
It's best for a defenseman when you don't mention his name, right?
Exactly.
He's been strong and steady all year. And a goal against DV in the quarterfinal game, the third goal. Minthorn all the way across. Illing shoots. What a block by Switchenberg. Another try. Minthorn didn't get all of it, and Gibbs slid from his left to his right.
Yeah, Switchenberg, that's a big play. I mean, that's Illing coming down the pipe. Switchenberg sacrifices his body, gets in the lane. That's a nice block, and it keeps Pinnacle off the board. And again, the rebound, Gibbs is there.
Pushing on the draws, Butler. Minthorn to the side of the net, loose in the blue crease, and held by Gibbs. 6 more seconds for Pinnacle on the 5-on-3.
I think Minthorn was surprised he had that much room. He looked shocked when he got off it. He gets off the faceoff. He looks up, and I think he could have driven the net even farther there. I don't know if he was surprised he had that much room.
McCaughey playing the 5-on-3 with Pareja. Back in front, Hammond. Couldn't get it home. Out of the box is Hoover. Centennial's going to be back to 5-on-4 as Gabuya comes on. Illing gets a piece of him. Gabuya can't exit the zone. Now he'll try to kick it away. Hammond keeps it. Hammond to Butler all the way across. Minthorn, he put it high. Beautiful passing by Pinnacle on the power play. Still 52 more seconds as Niles is in the box. O'Mahony for Minthorn. O'Mahony shoots. It got deflected off Butler and high. Here's Gabuya. Has Pareja streaking. They'll get the clear, and now Pareja gets on the puck. He's going to circle. He's going to kill time for the Centennial team. Gets it to Casillas. Now Gabuya. Centennial doesn't only take the clear. They're going to try to score. Pareja almost made his way past 2. He steals the puck. Centering pass. Oh, Kane on the back door. Couldn't put it home. Niles in the box for 10 more seconds. Casillas sets up, but turned it over to Illing. Illing passed 1, turned it over. Pareja. Out of the box comes Niles. A complete success on the PK for Centennial. Not only 5-on-4 twice, 5-on-3 as
Pinnacle
well.
had some good looks. Gibbs made some big saves. Switchenberg with the block. Pinnacle comes up empty-handed off the 5-on-3.
Casillas along the wall. Williams using his stick. 8:35 to go in the second. Parker can't take it away from Smith. Now Pinnacle does clear. When it comes to the playoffs, when it comes to these storied programs, Notre Dame or Pinnacle, you can truly throw the numbers out, no matter what year it is.
It is true, and we talked about the Centennial team is the favorite coming into this game. I don't know, when Pinnacle or Notre Dame play, they've always got a chance.
Parker tried to feed it in front, deflected behind the net. Gets right back on it to Derryberry. Big slap shot blocked down by Steele. Centennial, 2 pass looking for Steele on the breakaway, and a good play by Stockford to end that chance. Chase Kane can't control. Here's Luke Parker. At the top, he'll turn, pass in front for Fox off his skate, turnaround try, blocked down by Kane. Came right back down to the Pinnacle forward. Casillas and Centennial will move it out. Steele with Kane. Steele at the goal line, cuts in front. Charter with the save. Gabrick right back on it. Costadina takes it away for Pinnacle. Niles right in front of the Centennial bench on the forecheck. Stockford takes a huge hit from Niles. Bumped off the puck, and it comes back to Smith. He takes a spill, turns it over. Iacono now. Could have had a break. What a play by Niles to bump him off the puck. Now a loose puck comes to Steele. At the end of a long shift, Jackson Steele taken off the puck by Stockford. Had a lot of tired legs out there and chances for both sides. Switchenberg shot, blocked down in front. Gabuya dodges the check from Costadina. Here's the captain, Switchenberg. Niles shoots, deflected down. Stockford on the puck. Costadina, one try, no. Second try, yes.
Just has that feeling now that Centennial's ready to explode.
Right.
You know, they're possessing the puck more. They're getting more offensive opportunities, and here comes Pareja.
Here's Pareja with speed. Pareja to the backhand. Pareja out of the net. Saved by Shartle. Hammond's going to pick it up. He has a streaking Illing. Couldn't get it to him. McCaughey kept it in. Ryan McCaughey, 17 games played with 13 games played with 17 goals this year. Not only a goal a game, more than a goal a game for the senior forward. Here's Illing across the line. Knocked down by O'Mahony. Pareja was trying to get past the D. The pace of the game is definitely slowed down now, later in the second. Defense taking priority. Minthorn streaking toward the net. Butler couldn't get it to him, and Gibbs makes the save.
It's a nice try. It's a nice try at the net for Pinnacle because they've been hemmed in their own zone for the last couple of minutes. And so it's nice to see them get an opportunity at the other end of the ice. But I tell you, Pareja, wow. When he gets that puck on his stick, he is something special to watch. Here, you know, Minthorn, again, this top line for Pinnacle, they've got to start generating some offense. They're getting around it, and I'm concerned at the last play when Pareja is on the ice in the offensive zone, they had players flying the zone without possession. You can't do that when Pareja's on the ice. You got to think defense first when Centennial's top line's on the ice.
It comes to Melissa. Shartle blockers it into the corner. Down low, back in front. Farrer couldn't collect. Kahn will get it ahead to Vegas. Vegas tried to dump it in, almost came back to him. Smith puts it in, it was netminder. Weissman shot it, rebound, and they put it wide. Kahn, as Gibbs and his defense had a miscommunication.
Dylan Wiseman with a big chance in the blue paint. By the way, Dylan Wiseman's my next door neighbor.
Is that true?
That is very true. Him and his brother shoot pucks in that driveway till all hours of the night. Actually, it's like 9, but I go to bed early. Here's Wiseman. Look at all alone in front. I think he's just surprised that the puck came out to him. Almost taps one home to make this a 2-1 game for Pinnacle.
You mentioned D2 and D3 programs coming up. Dylan Weissman, the captain of the D2 championship last year for Pinnacle.
You know, this kid works hard. He deserves, and he's worked for everything he's got. He's out skating in the driveway. He's skating in the neighborhood. He's shooting pucks every day, and I'm impressed to see the kid playing Division I this year.
Well, it's not just the coaches telling you he's working hard. You're seeing it
I see it.
First point of view.
Yep, he does. He does a great job. Good kid. Well, I tell you what, we're sitting halfway, 5 minutes left in the second period, a 1-1 game, and I said the longer this could stay tied, the better it is for Pinnacle. And you can see, you're going to start seeing the frustration come into the Centennial team. They're not used to being in a game like this. So we're going to see if they start taking more chances and causing problems the other way, or if you see some of these players like Pareja and Gabuya putting this team on their back and starting to pull away on this one.
Against Pinnacle this year, the scoring difference in 2 games was 12-5 in favor of Centennial. Right now, we stand in the biggest game, 1-1. Down low is Chatsworth for Fox. Centennial controls in their own end, and they'll clear it down. Here's McCaughey with Gabuya to his right, gets it to him. Gabuya knocked off the puck, gets it to McCaughey. In front, Switchenberg, and a good play by Derryberry.
Derryberry stops the play on the break, on the entry into the zone, takes Gabuya wide into the boards, and then he breaks the net front play up with his stick. That's 2 good defensive plays by Derryberry.
Pareja will start it from his own end. Going 1-on-3. Gets it deep in the zone. Knocked off the puck. Costadina, a little bit too much. Penalty. Interference.
Yeah. And I tell you what, when Pareja gets the puck, he's too much to handle. And you talk about the skating and the speed. We saw it in Reed Grimlich in the first period. With Pareja, he does it with strength too. Like this kid's a bull when he's coming down the ice. And Pinnacle, there you get hands on around him. When you get your hands around him like that and into the midsection, you're going to take a penalty. This is a concern for Pinnacle.
First penalty of the day for Pinnacle. They only had 1 last night against DV. It was an interference call. It was ticky-tack, if that. They killed it off. They were 1 for 1 on the PK. First chance of the power play for Centennial. We mentioned it. Almost a power play goal a game. 8 power play goals in their last 2 games.
Curious to see how Pinnacle plays this, how aggressive they are up ice. Here's Minthorn. We're going to get a look at it right here. They're going to challenge it. I thought they might sit back and wait for Centennial speed to come at them.
Minthorn was going so hard he knocked the net over. That's why we have the whistle. 1:42 on the clock for Costadina, 3:17 in the second.
You know, we talked about how powerful this Centennial power play is and how dangerous they can be. Pinnacle can't be afraid of that. I mean, they still have to, you can't be in awe of their speed and their skill. You still have to defend. You still got to get in shooting lane. You still got to stick on puck. This penalty kill is extremely important for Pinnacle, not to keep the puck out of net, but also to build some confidence to go, hey, we can do this.
Centennial starts in their own zone. Gabuya leaves it for Switchenberg. For Kane, they have Gabuya on there, along with McCaughey, and here's Pareja at the top. Over to McCaughey. McCaughey steps, shoots, blocked away. That's Ian Schmall. And Minthorn clears it down.
I don't know how big that Kane kid is in front of the net, but boy, can he get in the goalie's eyes.
Another senior on this Centennial team, Chase Kane. Here's Gabuya on the backhand around Stockford. 1 minute to go on the power play. The Coyotes looking to strike. Over to McCaughey. Back to Gabuya. Watched by Fox. His shot saved by Shartle. He didn't get all of it, and a pad save by the Pinnacle netminder. McCaughey turns on a dime. To Gabuya. Down low. Back in front for Kane. McCaughey shoots, saved by Shartle. Another try and another stop. That's two big bodies, McCaughey and Kane, right in the crease of Austin Shartle. 25 seconds to go in the penalty on Costadina. Switchenberg, Pareja can't keep it in. They take it back to the top. Switch. Turns with it at the half wall. 6 seconds to go in the penalty. Pareja moves in, he shoots. It went off the stick of Stockford and out of play.
Yeah, I don't think Shartle saw that one at all. Yeah, he gets the arms up, and he was still looking for that puck that went in. And again, Pareja was out the whole 2 minutes, and this is where we're talking about frustration. So he goes to the bench after playing those 2 minutes, and I think he's getting frustrated. And I tell you what, that plays again into Pinnacle's favor. It's a good kill for Pinnacle. They've done a lot of things right here. Centennial, I tell you what, that power play comes as advertised. That's a dangerous group of five when they're out there.
They start with an offensive zone draw. 2 more seconds on the power play. Melissa right off the draw, and his shot was blocked down.
And again, another rebound by Shartle.
Hammond looking for Costadina, right out of the box. He steps in the circle, watched by Smith. Costadina still making his way through, taken away by Melissa. Here comes Smith. A stick in his midsection. Now he's taken down, we're going to get a penalty. If it wasn't the first one, it was going to be the second one.
Costadina again.
And Costadina is going to go right back to the box.
Hasn't been to his team bench yet. From the penalty box to the ice, back to the penalty box for Costadina. Can't do it. You can't. You got the stick in the mix section. He got lucky he didn't get called on the first one. You're going to see it here on the replay. He gets slashing there, gets a stick on the inside there. It's too many. You can't play like that against this Centennial team. We just talked about how dangerous the power play is. Can't play like that.
Second try for Centennial to the power play right after their first. Same unit. Gabuya, Kane, McCaughey, Pareja, Switchenberg. 1:12 to go in the second, and it's fresh 2 minutes on the power play.
I talked about Pareja's frustration. He can let out his frustration on this power play again, and that's a dangerous thing. You can't give him another opportunity like this. He is much too dangerous, number 79 in white.
Switchenberg at the top, over to Pareja. They're going to set it up. Back to him from Gabuya. Pareja back in front, they score! It took them only 17 seconds on the power play, and the Coyotes, they're going to give it to Kane, who was right in front.
We talked about it. You can't put this team on the power play, and Pareja sets this play up. I think Derryberry might go off Derryberry's stick in front, and Kane gets a stick on it, and it's 2-1. Centennial, you can't sit in the box against the Centennial team. You're going to have to clean that up if you want to get back in the game. This is the fear with Pareja. When he gets an opportunity, he can take a game over.
Pareja and Gabuya on the assists on the second goal from Centennial.
And it's very similar to what we saw in the first game. It's the last minute of the period. It's a penalty you cannot take. It's the same thing that happened against Notre Dame and Mountain Ridge.
That's a great point. That was at the end of the first period, this time at the end of the second. Steele's shot blocked down by Glantz. Here comes Illing and Butler. 30 seconds to go in the second. Minthorn on it, back in front. Went off a leg. That would have been Pareja. Taken away by Butler. Wasn't on the same page with Minthorn. Kept in by Glantz. Niles will hold back for Centennial with 14 seconds in the second. They were looking for Steele on the long pass. One more try for Pinnacle. They get the tip in. And that'll take us to the end of period number 2. 1-0 Pinnacle after 1. 2 goals for Centennial in the second. Steele with the first, Kane with the second on the power play.
See, here that penalty at the end of the period, it is so frustrating on so many levels. Pareja had just left the ice from the first power play. He's off the ice. He's going to sit there for 2 shifts, and he's going to be off the ice. Penalty in the last minute of play. Pareja's back on the ice, and now you're down 2-1. I think Pinnacle had this team right where they wanted them. A tie, 1-1 after 2 periods is a win for me for Pinnacle 3-2. That's where they wanted to be. I said keep it even as late as you can. That's frustrating going there. The good thing for Pinnacle is now there's an ice cut. They can go sit, they can talk about it, and they can get a fresh, clean start for the third period. They're going to have to find an answer. They're going to have to try to find offense because they didn't have any in the last 5 minutes.
Petey, it really shows you how quick a mistake, one small mistake, Centennial will make you pay.
Yeah, this Centennial team is good. You've got to play mistake-free hockey. Pinnacle had to come in here. They're the underdog. They're the 5 seed against the 1 seed. They have to make mistake-free. We talked about turnovers. We talked about their defending. We talked about their goaltender being the best player on the ice. Well, and the number 1 key was don't take penalties. Centennial is so good on the power play. The best team in high school hockey in Arizona on the power play. Don't give them free looks. Don't let their best 5 players be on the ice altogether. You can't give up if you're Pinnacle. You gotta reboot, and you gotta go, okay, we gotta get back in this game. But you don't have to do it all in the first minute. You got all kinds of time. So I don't want to see Pinnacle come out here and trying to make stretch plays, trying to create offense right off the bat. If it's there, take it, but don't take chances. Don't create turnovers that come back the other way at you. Just take your time. Take your time, play right. They're deep enough. One thing about Pinnacle that I've noticed tonight that surprised me, we talk so much about that top line. Their offense goes further than that top line. So I think if they're just patient, they're going to get another opportunity, but they can't take any more penalties.
2-1 with Centennial in front. Centennial leads in shots 21-17. Full ice cut. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for period number 3. Back here at the Mullet, end of 2, start of the third period, 2-1, Centennial in front. It all started with Cooper O'Mahony in that first period. Pinnacle takes the lead. Centennial with 2 straight. They really took advantage of Pinnacle mistakes.
Yeah, it started with Pinnacle taking too many penalties. And I think that's something they're going to have to clean up in the third period. But for Centennial, it's just more of the same. You keep putting your big horses over the boards and keep playing the same way. And we really haven't seen Centennial break out like we know they can. So if I'm their coaching staff, I'm saying, hey, let's just keep rolling. And I think the speed for them can eventually break through.
How do you think Logan Gibbs has played for Centennial?
I tell you what, he's been outstanding. The first 2 periods, he made some saves that really could have turned this game around, and he does it so calmly, and he looks steady. He's taking up all the rebounds. There's never any fear that the puck's going to get loose. I think he's been outstanding for them.
Chartles really rebounded after that first goal. You'd want that one back, but he's really gotten back to his game.
You know, he's made big saves, and I think that's very important if they're going to stay in this game. That first one, again, you talk about that rebound going over his head, that's a tough one. But he's battled back, and he's made some big saves. Unfortunately for him, he's going to have to make bigger ones in this third period.
15 more minutes to go, starting the third period in just about 60 seconds. You said it, at the end of the second. Pinnacle has to keep it close, but how do they against such a potent offense?
Yeah, I think they can't go out there trying to get this goal back right off the bat. I think they just have to stick to the game. I think they got to defend well, which I think they did at times. They had sticks in lane. Derryberry's done a great job off the rush. They have to continue to play like that, limit the opportunities against, and just wait for that opportunity because it's going to come. You can't force it. You've got a lot of time. Now, if you get to the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game and you're still down by a goal, okay, that's different. Now we're going to look at pulled goalie situations. Then you're going to stretch guys. But for now, just continue to play your game. Just defend and don't let Centennial speed take over the game.
Well, to this, PD, Centennial has not played a lot of close games this year. They played a lot of games where they're winning 9-3, 9-2, and really outscoring teams. In the playoffs, as we all know, scoring tightens up. Can they win the close game?
Yeah, and we don't know because they haven't had to do that yet. You see their skilled players and how quickly they can take over. I mean, AHSHA was amazing in that second period, so that you know you have that in them. But you're right, these close games, they're different. The tensions pick up, your nerves take over, and little mistakes can cost you the game. Centennial hasn't faced that before. Pinnacle's had to play from behind before. They've been in these situations before. This game is far from over at 2-1 with 15 minutes to go.
15 minutes to go, period number 3 upcoming right now. You have Caleb Drinkhouse, first-year head coach for Centennial. We'll see how he coaches it. Chris Illing's been with the Pinnacle program for a long time. His first official second year as head coach. A good year last year, got to the semifinals. And Centennial, which really has had the biggest comeback in terms of Division 1, 2, 3, or JV. And this is a team that really had a tough year last year. They fought their way through. They got to the quarterfinals. This is like you go started from the bottom. Now they're at the top.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both of these teams. I mean, you look at when you talk about Pinnacle and their coaching staff. The Illings have been here before. They've been behind in games before. They battled back in playoff games before. And I don't think there's any panic in their game yet. And with Centennial, man, this team just they don't lose. So I don't think that there's any panic on their side. They're ahead right now. Their goaltender's playing spot-on hockey right now. And their best player, Perea, has been their best player. And so I think they're feeling really good about where they're at right now. Pinnacle, yeah, they look at the scoreboard. They're concerned. But I've been surprised at how well this team has played top to bottom. And I tell you, the best player on the ice for me is number 10, Derryberry. I've been really impressed at how he's been able to defend against some of the speediest players in high school hockey.
All right, 15 minutes to go. Who's going to pull it out? Who's going to punch their ticket to face Notre Dame on Sunday at 5 o'clock at the Mullet? We'll give you one last pitch. Why should fans be there? Let's say you're not a Notre Dame or a Centennial
just
Pinnacle
come for
fan.
the sport.
Why should you be here?
I tell you what, first come to see the Mullet. If you haven't seen the Mullet, come to see the Mullet at a price much better than you're going to see ASU or the Arizona Coyotes. That's one. 2, the excitement. Seeing kids cheering for their high school team is electric. And we saw it last season, how exciting these games can be, how competitive these games can be, and you're never out of it in a state championship game. Absolutely come here, turn out, be here for the championship game at Mullet Arena this Sunday at 5 o'clock.
Who's going to be there? We know Notre Dame is.
And I tell you what, make sure you tune in to the PHNX show tomorrow with you and I, Dylan. We're going to be coming out about noon tomorrow, both on the PHNX YouTube channel and as a PHNX Coyotes podcast, where we're going to talk about the matchup. who is going to face Notre Dame, and we're going to set the table for you so you have everything you need to know in preparation for that championship game on Sunday.
Look out for that. Look out for the next 15 minutes. Pinnacle, Centennial with the Coyotes up 2-1. It's Butler, Minthorn, and Illing to start it off for the Pioneers. Gabrick, Kane, and Steele for the Coyotes. And off we go in period number 3. Illing will immediately try to enter the zone. He's giving the puck right back. Derryberry and Williams, that number 1 D pairing for Pinnacle. Turn it over for Steele. Minthorn does a good job of getting it back. Butler gets it past Smith. Casillas will come back for the Coyotes. Reverses it, looking for Smith. Minthorn gets there first. Sam Minthorn, kept in by Williams very well. Williams, slap shot, it went high and wide.
That just missed. I don't think Gibbs saw that one at all. He had bodies in front.
Derryberry and Steele go to battle. Butler and Kane. Derryberry loses his stick. He's going to have to use his feet to kick it forward. Now he picks it up. Kane at the side of the backhand try goes wide to the short side. Minthorn will put it ahead. Here comes Illing with speed. Gets past Casillas. His team's in a change. Illing from a sharp angle. And it almost found its way in. He gets it right back. Taken away by Smith. Costadina keeps it in. Iacono shoots. Glove saved by Gibbs.
Again, Gibbs calm, steady, right into his glove. No rebound, no second chance. I think Iacono was surprised the puck came to him there.
A loose puck in the zone, and it was a very smooth transition.
Gets that shot up, and again, there's Gibbs. Nice, solid glove save at the top of the blue paint.
And you got to say it, a good rebound from Costadina. Got it from Illing to Iacono in front.
It's a good start. First minute of this period for Pinnacle.
Here's Pareja.
But that's who hasn't been on the ice.
He's looking to rain on the parade of the Pioneers. Switchenberg over to Kabuya. Tried to find its way in front. Iacono takes it away. Pressured by Gabuya. Pinnacle's clearing attempt went off the net, came right back to O'Mahony. A fortunate bounce. Off of the stick of Costadina. Switchenberg fighting for it. Costadina picks it up. Still with it in the circle. Down low, Hammond sharp angle try. Went off the shoulder of Gibbs. The net comes off and draws the whistle.
You know, you look at Costadina. He spent back-to-back penalties. He's in the penalty box when they score. And now he makes a nice play that leads to the scoring chance by Pinnacle. They're almost able to beat him short side. But Costadina, I think he's got something to help his team. He's taking this team and he wants to prove himself and help Pinnacle get back in this game.
Hey, let me ask you, as a former coach, what would you have told him between the second and the third?
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. You can't solve it now. We're going to step forward. We're going to play forward, put it behind you, and let's just play.
And he's clearly done that to start. Hammond in the corner, taken away by Jack Brown. Up to Melissa. Centennial will whip it in. Chardo will catch and hold for the whistle. We saw at end of that second period, it got a little bit choppy. A lot of stoppages.
And I said this in the first period. I think that plays to Pinnacle. I think any way you can break up that Centennial speed, I think you do it. I think you slow this game down. You take whistles when you can. And again, you're looking at Centennial's making a last-minute change here. I think it plays well for Pinnacle to slow this game down as best they can and wait for their opportunity offensively.
It's been so different. Notre Dame had so many odd-man rushes against Mountain Ridge. Centennial, I can't remember the last time they had a 2-on-1 or a breakaway.
Yeah, it really is a statement.
Back in front, they score! McCaughey!
And again, right when we're saying it, we talk about the momentum shift to Centennial.
They don't need an odd-man rush. They can set it up from behind the net, and McCaughey scores to put up the Coyotes 3-1.
Yeah, and it's one of the big players that we've talked about. Here's McCaughey all alone in front of the net. The battle down low between the goal line. Everything, all the Pinnacle players get drifted in. Eyes on the puck, puck focused. They leave one of the most dangerous players, McCaughey, all alone in front of the net.
And what a feed from Gabuya behind the goal line.
And it's 3-1.
3-1 Centennial in front. They gave up the first goal. They've scored 3 straight since. Gabuya gets the assist. And the only assist. Pareja will come back for it with Niles. Centennial now looking to start to look more like themselves. A lot of goals, scoring quickly. Here comes Steele looking for another one. Back in front, couldn't find Kane. Niles will step up with it. Fox the other way for Pinnacle. Chatsworth and Parker coming with him. Fox fanned on the shot. taken away. Williams couldn't get it toward the net, blocked down by Kane. Here come the Coyotes the other way with speed. Gabrick looking for Kane, taken away by Derryberry. Gabrick knocks it ahead for Smith. Derryberry immediately shuts that off. And now he'll take it back for the Pioneers. Derryberry went through an injury midway through this season. He's come back, and as you can see, he's looking as strong as ever. He cuts toward the net, looking to do it by himself. And now the net has come off once more, which is why we get the whistle.
Yeah, this is what we talked about before. Pinnacle could keep it close at a 2-1 game. Here's Derryberry getting the opportunity at the net. And again, he's been their best player, both offensively and defensively. Here's the concern now. Now, you got 11 minutes to go. You're down by 2 against the best team in the state. You're going to have to start taking some chances offensively, and that's a concern.
And ever since that first period goal, we've had chances here and there, but like we said, the rush game for both sides has been shut down.
Yeah, I think Pinnacle's defended as well as they can. You look at the last goal, that pass out front. It's just unfortunate. Everybody gets puck watching and leaves the net front open.
Christian Smith back for Centennial. Saw a lot of 2-on-1s, a lot of breakaways in that first game, both sides.
Yeah.
This game, it's been neutral zone play.
Yeah, it is. I think both teams have defended well. Hey, Centennial, when their big boys are on the ice, this team is good. And one thing that I noticed in this Centennial team that you didn't see as much in the Notre Dame team is the physicality of Centennial. And I don't. You've got something that we haven't seen yet in this tournament is a team that can not only play offensively, but they're physical.
Like right there, McCaughey lays out Butler right after the draw. Gabuya looking to get past Schmal. He stands him up at the blue line. McCaughey picks off the pass in neutral. Pass Stockford. McCaughey shoots. It went high and wide.
And those are the kind of mistakes Pinnacle can't make. Can't do it to themselves.
Gibbs will retreat back to his own net. Here's Illing with Minthorn and Butler. Looking to get it down low. Good pick off from Christian Smith. Pioneers, they scored the first. They haven't scored since. Centennial with 3 straight. Costadina lays a hit. O'Mahony will take it back for Pinnacle. Logan Gibbs has been as good as it gets. 19 saves on 20 shots. Kept his team in the game early in the first period as puck goes down for icing. Yeah, he stuck to it.
You said it. That first period, I thought Pinnacle had the better of the scoring chances, but Gibbs, throughout this game, has just looked calm, steady, and he's been solid for the Centennial team. And it's one thing we didn't have them pegged to rely on their goaltending in this game.
It's a team that likes to go up and down the ice. They like to score. Now they're showing they can win in different ways.
Exactly.
Costadina plays catch with Hammond as they enter the zone. Pareja back on D. They put Pareja back on D here with Niles. Seen him play a lot of forward. Now you're seeing him back on D. Kane and Steele and Gabrick. Might be a way to reel him in.
Yeah, or give him a little more ice to work with.
Here he is behind the net. Couldn't get past Hammond. Under 10 minutes to go. Iacono across. Costadina walks in, shoots. Saved by Gibbs with the shoulder.
See, and that's where Pinnacle's got to get on those rebounds. Gibbs hasn't given up many. They have to capitalize on opportunities like that that come off his blocker.
Goes into the Pinnacle bench area.
That was a good shift by Pinnacle. It's something to build on. They had offensive zone time. They had shots on net. They were able to get pucks away from Kane and Pareja behind the net, so they were able to generate some offense. They just need to build from that, and they need to do it with their top players. That top line really needs to, Butler, Illing, we need to see them try to generate something. They need a shift like that from their top line.
Pinnacle team has been in an elimination game 2 times already. Play-in game against Campo Verde, won 4-3. 3-1 win over DV last night. Here comes Fox. He shoots. Saved by Gibbs. It seems like the more pucks that Gibbs sees, he's getting better and better.
Yeah, again, it's just one of those. Here again, you're going to see the turnover. He's going to get the shot from the top of the circles. Fox, a good shooter. Nothing there. Like just nothing. Just calm and right into the logo. And the score stays 3-1.
Logan Gibbs, who played in the playoffs for Centennial last year, they upset number 7 Flagstaff in a huge upset for Centennial last year. They moved on to Notre Dame, who was the #1 seed last year, and gave them a real scare. They were up 1-0 after the first period. There was 1-1 after the second. Logan Gibbs in that game of his life, really, in a loss, but he played so well. He had 50 saves on 54 shots.
Amazing. But again, that's playoff experience.
Melissa at the side of the net, put it high.
And a game like that can help him prepare for a game like this.
And he's done just that. Now, not 50 saves
No.
tonight.
We're under 10 minutes though. Now things have to start getting tense for Pinnacle. You're under 10 minutes. You've had one goal go on the board early in the first period. You've had nothing since, and now you've got to find a way to get 2 in the last 9 minutes.
Notre Dame sits and watches these two battling out. Who will earn the spot in the championship Sunday? Here's Minthorn. Butler to his right. What a play by Casillas. Back in front, Butler. Saved by Gibbs. A quick deflection from Butler in front. Illing across from Minthorn, caught up in his feet. Here's that first line getting going.
That's the push they needed. That's a really good scoring chance in front of Gibbs there. But again, Gibbs stood tall. It's a nice tip play. You're going to see it here. A nice pass. Minthorn gets her Butler in front of the net driving. But again, Gibbs, nothing there. And I tell you what, this is what this first line for Pinnacle needs to do, to get pucks to the net, get a second rebound chance opportunity. That's a good look for this Pinnacle squad.
They keep him out there.
I think you're going to see a lot of this line over the last 8 minutes.
Butler back to Derryberry. Big slap shot gets deflected. Centennial looking to stop him. Looking to finish this one off. Illing, Derryberry, shoot, save by Gibbs with the blocker. Couldn't clear it out for the first try. Great keep by Derryberry, but they're going to call a hand pass. Derryberry had to come up and knock it down with his left hand. Pinnacle touched it next. Hand pass the call.
It's too bad. He's had another good shift. I thought he kept that puck in, but he does bat it down with his hand. And the whistle blew.
8:01 on the clock. A road for Centennial that got tougher today and has been their toughest game on this road to championship. Pinnacle has put up a real fight. Now they're looking for some results. Both Iacono and O'Mahony overskated it. McCaughey applying the pressure. Gabuya back in front. Nobody home. O'Mahony to glance. Iacono. Great forecheck by Centennial. Casillas moves to the red. 7:20 on the clock.
You know, Pinnacle had two consecutive shifts where they're in the offensive zone. That one, it felt like they were just smothered by Centennial. Couldn't get out of their zone, and when they did, there was a Centennial player right in front of them.
That's what that top line of Centennial does. It makes you feel like you're almost stuck in the mud.
Yeah, and when I tell you, when you get your opponent like that, the game really slows down. Pinnacle just couldn't get up the ice.
Hammond at his own blue. He'll flip it in and go for a change. Pinnacle gets all 5 off.
And again, they're coming back with the Illing line. I would imagine you're going to see this line coming out every other. You're going to see a lot of Illing, Minthorn, and Butler down the stretch for Pinnacle.
Centennial counters with Kane. He takes it away. Niles does a good job of walking in from the blue. Gets it deeper into the zone. Butler takes it away. For Minthorn, now Illing. Waits for his teammates to catch up to him. Gets pressured by Kane. Pinned to the boards by 2 Coyotes. That's Niles and Kane doing that work. Schmal tried to get it deep, hit his own man and Butler. Creep up on 6 minutes to go now. Here's Pareja right off the bench. Pareja in the circle. Looking to finish this one off. He couldn't wrap it around. The net comes off, which draws the whistle.
We've had that a lot tonight here at the Mullet.
We've had a running joke throughout the regular season, Petey. In the Coyotes ring, if you look to the left,
yes,
from where we stand, the net has come off at least once a game. And it just followed us here to the Mullet.
Well, maybe it's you guys. Maybe it's
be.
not the Mullet. Maybe it's you and James.
Probably. And now James not here, not doing the broadcast today. It's me.
Well, you see Cade Pareja on that last one. Again, you talk about his speed trying to get to the outside, but Pinnacle's defended him well. Pinnacle's done a fantastic job at limiting the speed of Cade Barrea today. They've kept him to the outside. It's those little mistakes on the inside and the penalties.
And not a lot of penalties for either side. Two for Pinnacle, one for Centennial. McCaughey off the draw, shoots it, blocked down by Fox. His skate. The stick goes flying. That's a Centennial stick. Picked up by Switchenberg. It's a delayed offside, which means Parker has to come back and touch up. Gives Pareja time to work. Over to Gabuya. Nice move to get past Fox. He goes down to take it away. Parker can't get it ahead. 5:20 now. As we creep down, we'll keep an eye on Shardle in the Pinnacle net. Derryberry ahead for Chatsworth. McCaughey putting the pressure on him. Here's Fox for Pinnacle. Pareja back on D. Fox again, wrap around, couldn't get the shot away.
Fox is one of those guys that Pinnacle leans on for secondary scoring, and his opportunity like that. Great play coming around the back of the net, but just couldn't get a shot off.
And Charlie, of course, his brother played for Pinnacle back a couple years ago. Another family in the Pinnacle tradition and the AHSHA tradition. 4:53, the time on the clock here in the third. A spot in the championship on the line. Glance, can't keep it in. Brown looking to kick it forward. They get it ahead. Here comes Jack Brown, 2-on-1. Brown shoots. Goes past Shardle, off his glove. Back in front was Farrer, taken away. Here's Minthor, now Illing. With speed, Alex Illing, inside, outside. Still with it back in front. And the person there was
again,
a Centennial
Minthorn
Miss
was
Alyssa.
there driving the net, and just, I don't think he was ready for that pass. Went right through his legs. That top line, again, for Pinnacle, around it, but just not getting a chance.
And that's a sophomore in Melissa who comes back and is in the right defensive position there.
Yeah, and that's what created that. Puck goes through his legs, unable to get that opportunity because of the defense of Centennial. Again, that top line there, last two shifts now, they're getting close. That top line for Pinnacle, they've had two shifts in a row where they're getting looks at the offensive zone.
Steal, glove save by Shardle. He tips it up in midair and it goes in! Centennial number 4. With 4:08 to go, the Coyotes are most likely heading to the championship. Chase Kane.
Yeah, that one's going to take the wind out of Pinnacle sails with 4 minutes to go, and it's the same thing we said about Shardle early in the game. It's another one of those pucks, rebound. He has the puck, spits it back out into traffic, and it ends up with Kane batting it between his legs 4-1. That's one, again, Shardle would like to have back. That's another rebound goal for Pinnacle, allowing Centennial to get second chance opportunities. And now this game is 4-1 with 4 minutes to go. It's all hands on deck for Pinnacle.
Power play marker for Kane earlier, and now a 5-on-5. He has 2 goals today. 4-1 Centennial in front, and they can feel it. They're 350 away from headed to the championship against Notre Dame. Schmal will hold it for Pinnacle.
And I think what we saw, Dylan, is in both of these games, I think we saw the better team just sticking with their game plan and wearing down their opponent. I think Notre Dame was a better team in the first game, and you saw it here in this game. Centennial just kept coming, just playing their way, and ultimately they just wore this Pinnacle team down.
Pete, I don't want to look too far ahead, but I don't think there is a better team when you're looking at a potential Centennial Notre Dame matchup.
No, and I know there's still 3.5 minutes left, and anything can happen here with Pinnacle. They've got the firepower, they have the offense, they got to get that top line. Maybe they get one back and try to battle their way back in this one. But for me, Centennial, that's a big hill to climb against a team that's been outstanding all season, not only protecting leads, but putting teams away.
They do that here in the third. They were up 2-1. Pioneers 1 shot away. They came back. They scored 2 to most likely finish this one off.
It's frustrating for Pinnacle. I think they came out with their game plan. I think they played the right way in the first period. They got the early first goal, and things were looking their way. And again, it's that first goal that started off 12 seconds into the period at the beginning of the second period that really hurt them. And then the penalty late in that period. Those two things, you give up a goal in the first minute, give up a goal in the last minute.
McCaughy couldn't control. Good defense by Schmall to take it away. Kabuya back to McCaughy. This top line for Centennial, Switchenberg. Getting it deep. Butler turned it over. McCaughy steps in. His shot blocked after it was deflected. Another try. Wrap around McCaughy back in front, and another save by Shartle.
Off Shartle's left pad, and here goes Illing.
Here's Illing the other way. Shooty back for Centennial. Illing couldn't finish.
Oh, just ran out of room. What a play. Kicks it up to his own stick. Just didn't have enough room to slip it by Gibbs.
Derryberry back for the Pioneers. Down 1 to start the period, now down 3. Centennial doing a great job of finishing this one off as Fox put it wide. Switchenberg takes Williams to the boards, under 2 minutes now.
Shartle's out of the net at the other end.
Penalty against the Centennial Coyotes. Tripping is going to be the call. They're going to take Shooty. Second chance for Pinnacle to go to the power play. 1:57 to go. Logan Gibbs has been outstanding tonight. 25 saves and 26 shots. Timeout upcoming for the Pioneers.
Yeah,
For Centennial. Centennial takes the timeout.
We want to rest those legs before they kill this penalty. I mean, you got 2 minutes left in this game. You got a 3-goal lead. You got a pretty comfortable spot here. You don't want to give one up late. I think they're just being cautious here to make sure they're all on the same page before this power play by Pinnacle.
And remember, what are we playing for here? We're playing for a chance to go to the championship. Sunday, 5 p.m., right back here at the Mullet. We want you here. We want you packing these stands.
And you can actually get tickets on Ticketmaster.
That's right.
That's the thing.
Ticketmaster, you can always click the QR code that's going to come up on your screen right now.
Yeah, not if you're my age, though. Then just go to Ticketmaster.
No, it's just the camera, though.
I don't get that, Dylan. That's not right. But be here at 5. It's going to be, I tell you what, there's 2 good hockey teams. It's an evenly matched game. It's going to be speed and skill against speed and skill. It's going to be an unbelievable hockey game. Be here.
We don't want you watching us. We want you here watching the game live.
Well, then we go watch us after.
Yeah, on replay.
Exactly.
So it's a PK for Centennial. So far today, they're 1 for 1. Shooty in the box for tripping.
And if you're Pinnacle, you got to get one right away here. You got to win the draw. You got to make one pass, get a shot, and get traffic at the net.
Derryberry shoots, save by Gibbs. Derryberry again, another shot and another save by Gibbs. How outstanding has Logan Gibbs been tonight?
Just steady. He's just steady. Again, 2 big saves, steady, under control. He's calm. He's collected. He's been outstanding. Here he is on the first save. He tracks it, gets the rebound by Derryberry. Again, he's just top of the blue paint, steady.
Empty net for Pinnacle. They go 6-on-4 against Centennial. Shartle now on the bench. Centennial with a chance to close it out. Pinnacle now up 2 men, trying to get it toward the net. Still
hooking
loose.
Penalty in front of the net.
Penalty.
It's going to be 6-on-3.
Look at that. Now we're getting a little interesting. Niles to the box for hooking.
Yeah, and I think when you see the replay, he has to. Puck gets all alone in front of the net. You've got to take that play away. Now it's going to be 6-on-3. I just don't know if there's enough time for Pinnacle. I know it's a 6-on-3, but there's just not a lot of time left.
The math doesn't add up, right? 148 on the 5-on-3, 145 on the clock. Pinnacle needs 6. They will get it as Weissman comes back on. Butler gets kicked out, and Parker will take the draw. He wins it. Weissman collects for Pinnacle. Illing to O'Mahony, all the way across for Weissman, who kicks it to himself. Shot blocked. O'Mahony shoots. Another save by Gibbs. Another try. Weissman just put it wide.
Again, the rebound was there, and it just couldn't. Pinnacle just couldn't get it on net.
Illing across. Minthorn back door. He put it off the post. Oh, Dylan Weissman. It goes all the way down and in.
Dylan Weissman off the post of the empty cage.
From one net to the other, Casillas gets the empty net marker for Centennial, 5-1.
A 3-on-6 goal. I tell you, I feel for Dylan Weissman. feel for him. The pass came across. Gibbs didn't track it, didn't see it. Dylan Wiseman with a wide open cage and just puts it off the post.
I don't think I've ever seen a 3-on-6 goal until now.
That's heartbreaking for these Pinnacle Pioneers.
And
5-1 on the scoreboard. I'm not quite sure it was a 5-1 game.
1:08 to go. Petey, I'll tell you the best part about it. Not only has Logan Gibbs been great in net, on that play, Casillas' goal, he gets an assist.
Unbelievable.
The goalie gets on the board. O'Mahony, Costadina shot blocked down, still loose. Costadina poking at it. Kahn at the side of the net. Gibbs looking for the whistle, still poking at it, and he does. 47.2 on the clock. Chartle's back in net. It's a 5-on-3.
You just feel for these Pinnacle kids. They left their heart out there. It's just a couple of mistakes here and there. And we said it, against the number 1 team in the state, you have to play mistake-free hockey. And unfortunately tonight, Pinnacle didn't.
So it's going to be Notre Dame and Centennial in the championship game. 5 o'clock Sunday.
East meets West on Sunday.
That's exactly right. From Peoria to Scottsdale. 40 seconds on the clock. Weissman knocks down his man. Still a 2-man advantage for Pinnacle. Back door, they put it wide. Minthorn.
Again, you look at Minthorn with another good opportunity. That's his third good opportunity of the night. They just can't get anything by Gibbs. That one went wide.
Kahn scores! Wrist shot for Pinnacle. They get on the board, 5-2.
And they finally capitalize on that 5-on-3. Make this one 5-2. Kahn gets one through. You're seeing here on the 5-on-3 getting the shot off by the left circle. Again, it's through bodies. Gibbs doesn't see it. Look, Gibbs trying to find it. He's turning his head left and right trying to find it. He doesn't see it. Pinnacle puts one by Gibbs. This one's a little bit out of reach. Too little, too late for Pinnacle.
Centennial looking to finish it off. They're 21 seconds away from doing that. Kahn gets the power play goal. Here's Minthorn. His shot goes wide. 10 seconds now.
I think Pinnacle's going to look back at this one and go, almost. What could have happened? Could have.
And what happened with Centennial? It did happen. The great season continues for the Coyotes. They go to the championship game on Sunday. They'll take on Notre Dame Prep.
Same thing we said about the first game. If you're the Pinnacle Pioneers, you got to hold your head high in this one. That's the best team in the state of Arizona all season long. And you know what? You held them off the board pretty well for two solid periods. Again, it's those little mistakes, the penalties and the turnovers that hurt them. But for Centennial, my goodness, this team they literally have everything. They're deep, they're big, they skate quick. That's a fast team. They've got offense, and they defended well. And on top of all that, their goalie was lights out tonight. Logan
Gibbs, another great playoff performance. He makes 30 saves on 32 shots.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, you look at that Pinnacle team. That this even on shots on goal, and I thought Charlo played well too. I just think you'd like to have a couple of those rebounds back. I am really excited for this matchup on Sunday. I think this is what we were looking forward to. I think we were looking forward to the Centennial Notre Dame matchup. I think this is going to be an incredibly. We're talking about some of the best skilled players in the state of Arizona. We're talking about Pareja. We're talking about Reed Grimlich. We're talking about Jaswin. We're talking about McCaughey. Like, this is going to be an unbelievable hockey game on Sunday. I'm excited for it. I know you're excited for it.
And we'll be right back here, right about, what, 30? I can't do math.
No, it's not even 30. It's
24 times 3 hours. 72 hours.
Yeah, don't forget.
Make sure to buy your ticket.
Get your tickets. Use that code, whatever you call it. What is it called? QR?
QR code.
I don't know. or you can just go to Ticketmaster to get those tickets. Or you can just go to the door. There'll be tickets available here at Mullet Arena. Game is at 5. Don't miss it. There's going to be a lot of things going on. By the way, Kenny promises all kinds of stuff going on outside. There's going to be all kinds of things going on, weather permitting, because people are telling me it may rain.
I heard a chuck-a-puck is happening.
Chuck-a-puck is happening.
Yep.
Can we chuck-a-puck from here?
I
don't know. Yeah, I think I can. Just be careful down on that front row, but I'll buy a chuck-a-puck. I love chuck-a-puck.
We'll get that video for our fans.
You see all the guys. This is what we talk about. These guys playing with each other in some of their travel teams. These guys know each other. Pinnacle, hold your head high. That was. And you know what? Come back the next year. And Pinnacle's one of those teams that we talk about. Notre Dame coming back year after year. Pinnacle's another team that does that same thing. They're back year after year. this is a cyclical thing with Arizona high school hockey. You see it. You're good one year, you're not the next. And you know what? Maybe Pinnacle's your next year. But right now, this has been Centennial's season. They've been outstanding, and I cannot wait to see this battle on Sunday. But what are we going to do first, Dylan?
Got to do the show tomorrow.
We got to do the show tomorrow.
Show tomorrow. Watch out, 12 p.m. PHNX YouTube, PHNX Coyotes podcast. It's going to come out audio-wise.
Audio only. And it's probably better to see me on audio. For those
We're going to do a full deep dive preview, Centennial, Notre Dame, every single asset of the game, offense, defense, goaltending, everything you could want. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, it's your primer for the championship game on Sunday. So watch the primer and then come to the game on Sunday. And I tell you what, we're going to have a little bit of highlights. We usually can't have highlights on our show because of rights holders.
That's right.
But I talked to Kenny McGinley, president of AHSHA, and he said, yes, you can use highlights. So we will have highlights from these two semifinal games in the show tomorrow. So make sure you check out the PHNX YouTube channel. Dylan and I will break this all down and get everyone ready for the Arizona State High School Hockey Championship this Sunday from the Mullet at 5 p.m.
Notre Dame, Centennial, we'll be there. We'll be there. We'll see you there Sunday, 5 p.m. Everyone have a great night.
Thank you.